So it's Valentine's Day. Happy Valentine's Day to my warriors of courage today. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day today. This video isn't necessarily scripted, more so outlined. I wanted to get something up on Valentine's Day, especially during my obsession with Final Fantasy XIV. That was a great gift that I honestly didn't expect around this time of year, but honestly, it has been fantastic. But today isn't about Final Fantasy. Today is about Kingdom Hearts, and I want to talk about the relationships within the Kingdom Hearts series. And now, this is something really important. I wanted to say at the beginning, this video is gonna get kind of deep. It might get a little sorrowful, it might get a little sad. So I did want to bring that up ahead of time, but it's a message that I really feel everyone within this community should hear. So if you're able to watch this video all the way through, I would very, very much appreciate it. There's not going to be any special edits or anything like that, but the words I'm speaking, I want to be able to, speak to you and know that you're able to receive them. So that's something I did want to bring up. But Kingdom Hearts is fundamentally built upon relationships, and nothing within this series could have happened were not for the relationships between the people within this series. Say Xehanort and his relationship with his friends and everything that happens within them, for Dark Road. All his friends ended up essentially just dying, and it changed who this person was. These people were able to shape who he was at a certain point of time, but a change in that relationship, this being their untimely death, ended up changing how Xehanort was as a person. Of course, this also goes in ties with him meeting his future self and the Master of Masters, which all ended up leading him down the path he ended up following. But another relationship kind of trio I do want to bring up is the Birth by Sleep trio, which led them all to their eventual fates that led up to Kingdom Hearts 3. Then going to sleep because he only fought Vanitas for, in his own words, anything to save Terra and Aqua. Terra embraced the darkness within himself so he could gain the strength needed to protect Ven from Ericus, who is attempting to kill him. This man essentially being like a father figure to them, which not only led to Ericus's own death, but to Terra eventually getting possessed by Xehanort. And now that his darkness was in prime condition so he could be used as said vessel for Xehanort, Aqua sacrificed her safety to allow Terra Xehanort to escape the realm of darkness while she drifted away in the sea of darkness. All of which spurred on by the love between these people, arguably the most important people to one another. I could spin a similar yarn about the Days trio. Roxas, Xion, Axel, they all went through the horrors that come with the beginning of loving somebody, but despite all this, they loved each other dearly and became reasons for one another to even live on. Love doesn't have to be something so overly sophisticated or complex. Sometimes just sitting back and relaxing with those you care about is enough to express how you feel, enough to make memories to cling on to when you're on the brink of mental collapse. We all go through hardships, more than we'd like to admit, and sometimes it's even so bad to where we're disappointed it doesn't kill us. But the bonds and relationships we formed can be enough to march onward. The people who shaped us into the beings we are now, where once we were just a blank slate, the relationships we formed showed us that being a blank slate is okay. Just like with Roxas, being a blank slate just means you now have a lifetime's worth of memories to paint, one that'll form you into the identity you'll don. Like with Xion, we may feel that we don't belong, or things in life might not feel quite right or shouldn't be. Who is it but us who has the right to define who we can and can't be, who we can and can't love? Sora and Riku have one of the most powerful relationships in the entire series. All of the people in your life can be ripped away with all hope of anything going right faded into nothingness. And Riku stood tall and challenged that fate and reminded Sora of who he is and the impact that he alone can cause. Having people in our lives being able to remind us of our worth is of dire importance, because being our own worst enemy makes it way too easy to see us as the heartless being that inner negativity of ours wants us to be. Stand tall. Don't give up. You don't believe that. You can do this. I'm here with you. Express your love. Sora and Kairi have a beautiful expression of love throughout the whole series, where similarly as with Riku, no matter what, they'll always be there for one another. It doesn't matter how far or what obstacles lie in wait, gaining the strength to be able to protect those you care about, but not even just simply in the roles of defender and defended, but acknowledging that those who you rely on have their strengths as well as their weaknesses. So there comes a time where the defended must gain the capability to become a defender. The mutual love between people can be so simple and beautiful to where its clarity reveals the defender and the defended are played by everyone. Those who love others must learn to defend and accept being defended, to be a mutual shield for one another, a mutual shoulder to lean and cry on, a mutual hero in one another's eyes. This video isn't necessarily to be romantic, but to show love comes in many forms that don't always need an explanation or even a reason to be. How you feel is how you feel, and that's okay. Relationships come in many shapes and sizes, but at the end of the day, be thankful for those that you have one with, be it your friends, your family, your significant others. Make the time, at least today, to remind them that they're important to you. So maybe, just maybe, this crazy Kingdom Hearts video game franchise will have helped us strengthen the bonds we have with people outside of this crazy video game series. Thanks for watching, everybody. I'm very grateful if you're even hearing this right now. I know how YouTube analytics work and not everybody watches towards the end, but this is a message that honestly, this video went like 3 different ways. I had 3 different ways I wanted to really go about making this, but as I started typing a little bit for the outline, I just kind of became a different person, like I got possessed or something. And I guess I just started venting through my own experiences through life and stuff, and kind of in a way indirectly painting my own picture upon this blank slate. I guess that'll be my Google Docs for this video. But I really hope that any of you guys watching this were able to get something out of this video. I know I did get a little deep there for a moment, and I don't mean to be too sappy. You know how we run things here, but I just wanted to make sure that each of you know how important relationships are to a person. You know, we as humans, relationships and love is vital to our well-being. Our mental fortitude comes from this kind of thing. It's not okay, you know, to feel bad about these kinds of things. You know, we should be aiming to have relationships in life. It's okay to want to be alone, but at the end of the day, humans were meant to be creatures with relationships with one another. So don't be afraid. Life experiences may cause us to, you know, not want to open up to others, but I promise you, sometimes you have to take that little leap of faith, you know, so that way we can become better. We can become the best us we can be. And you don't always have to do that alone. Sometimes it takes someone else to show us how great we ourselves can be. And so as long as each of you can take that, you know, and be able to apply that to your own life, I would be really, really appreciative. And maybe you can come back and watch this video, you know, and let somebody else know, maybe even, you know, if someone else might need to hear this. But thank you guys so much for watching. If you haven't already, thank you guys so much for 10,000 subscribers, by the way. It's only skyward from here. So much love to each and every one of you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm not too sure what I'll upload next, but it might be Kingdom Hearts related again, because I have some other topics I want to talk about as well. But I'm going through 14 as well. I've been streaming Final Fantasy 14. So if you're interested in Final Fantasy 14, you should most certainly come and watch with us, because that will make me happy. Goodbye, everybody. Oh, and always look skyward.